Low carb isn't the answer, but low glycemic is. So today we are decoding the real reason behind sugar crashes, cravings, and fat gain. Also, same calories and same carbs, but one keeps you full, the other makes you snack all day. What's the difference? Same, the glycemic index. So let's break it down. Hi, I'm Dr. Sana Sainuddin, dentist by profession, certified nutritionist, certified life transformation coach, and welcome to Power of Self. So, what is glycemic index? Let's keep it super simple. Glycemic index is a number that says how fast your blood sugar rises after you consume your food. And it tracks carbohydrates from 0 to 100. Okay, let's say high GI food means immensely your blood sugar spikes, and medium GI means something of moderate effect, and low GI, which is less than 55, means slow, steady rise in your blood sugar. So let's get into some examples. Glucose, which is 100, white breads approximately 75, oats 55, and lentils 30. So when you consume the low glycemic index food, you reduce your cravings, your blood sugar stays stable, and you feel full for a longer time. So why does the glycemic index matter? Because when your blood sugar spikes and crashes all day, you feel tired, you get cravings, your insulin stays high, fat loss slows down, mess with your hormones, especially you have PCOS or insulin resistance. So low GI foods means stable insulin means it's in fat burning mode. But here's the thing, glycemic index doesn't tell the whole story, and that's where the glycemic load comes in. Glycemic load takes in account both the glycemic index of a food and how much of it you're eating. Or in other words, to keep it super simple, glycemic index measures the speed of a car, whereas glycemic load measures how far the car can actually go. So the formula goes like this. And let's take an example. Watermelon has a high glycemic index of about 72, but the sugar in one slice is very low. That means its glycemic load is really low. So consuming watermelon in moderation is totally fine. So now let's see how we can rank this. So low GL means 0 to 10, medium GL is 11 to 19, and high GL is 20 plus. So eat less frequently. So with that, now let's get into some examples and comparison between glycemic load and glycemic index, like white rice, brown rice, watermelon, oats, and rajma. So now with that, I hope you have understood what is glycemic index and what is glycemic load. It might be confusing now, but on the way, everything is going to be really fine. So now let's see how we can use them in our real life. So number one, pair it smartly. Always pair your carbohydrates with proteins and healthy fats. It literally lowers your blood sugar spike. And number two, watch your portions. A high glycemic index food in small quantity means low glycemic load. So you feel like having a mango? Go ahead. But having a whole bowl of mango every night, that's not the case. And number three, avoid ultra processed foods, like avoid cereals, sugary fruits, packaged drinks and biscuits, everything. It just affects your blood sugar spike. Number four, choose whole foods like oats, millets, bajra, jowar, ragi, and whatnot. It all has lower GI naturally. And the last one, add lemon or vinegar to your food because it literally lowers the glycemic response of your food. But in people with acidity, just be careful. So what about rice and roti? Let's see. It's literally like we cannot avoid rice or roti in India, right? You need not. You just need to be careful. Have smaller portions and pair it with sabzi, salads and everything. And you can also opt for brown rice, millets, quinoa, etc. So it literally lowers the blood sugar spike, as simple as that. It's not about removal of any food, it's about balancing your plate. And also, if you have any hormonal issues like PCOS or diabetes or insulin resistance, what you have to just do is focus on low GI and low GL carbs, eat them with protein and fat, Keep meals colorful and fiber rich. And my diabetes people on medication out there, avoid skipping meals because then even healthy carbs can even spike your sugar more. So with that, now let's get into top 8 low glycemic index and low glycemic load food items. Steel cut oats, millets like ragi, jowar, bajra, quinoa, whole fruits like apple, guava, berries, sweet potatoes, rajma, chana, moong dal, barley, and vegetables, especially leafy and root veggies. So, my power fam, you might be confused by now, but let's just recap a little bit. GI is how fast a food raises your blood sugar, and GL is how much it actually raises sugar in a normal portion. Low GI and low GL foods mean stable energy, better for fat loss, and happy hormones. Don't fear carbs, learn to balance them with protein, fiber, and fats. A little science on your plate can change your whole body. So, my power fam, if this video helped you understand how carbs really work, comment down below the one high GI food you're going to swap or pair healthier this week. So your health is not about cutting things out. It's about making healthier choices and owning your power. So this is Power of Self signing off. Until then, stay happy and stay powerful. Thank you so much for making your time till the end.